What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Hope you had a good weekend. Kind of crazy to say this, but it's June. How? How is it June already? I don't really know, but it's here. It is here. Time goes fast. We are 2 weekends out from the US Open. Getting into major number 3 on the year. We'll be obviously playing major number 2 in our TGC Tours world because we started the season after the Masters. But yeah, major season is definitely well upon us. I will say this much, I am physically, like IRL, gassed. Yesterday, went to my in-laws, we did some demolition work. Took out their cabinets and their countertops and everything in their entire kitchen. And then today, I was out in the nice weather doing a little push mowing. And for those that have not heard the stories, I have a real mower. So when the grass gets a little bit thick, it's a workout. Going up and down the hill in the backyard of my house, pushing that thing. The parts where we don't have as much grass, we're smooth sailing. As soon as we hit where there's like actual good grass and it's thicker, freaking going up the hill like, you know, pushing the boulder up the hill kind of stance with the mower. You know, on your toes, pushing, doing like a sled workout. So yeah, I'm a little gassed. Gotta be up early tomorrow. So stream's probably gonna be a little bit on the shorter side. That's okay. We've got we got True Sim 1 and 2 on the docket for this evening. Let's get into it. Nothing crazy on the dailies, which I love to see that. I'm pretty sure we've checked out the shop from this past week, but I'll just make sure. Okay, a lot of Lululemon stuff. Limited edition sapphire wedges. Now these have obviously been around. Right now the limited edition isn't beneficial. But we don't have limited edition wedges. We're gonna get some soon with the gold wedges. But honestly, I might just buy these because we've got plenty of VC. I might buy it just to have it. Thinking I might buy it just to have it. Just in case they come to their senses and say, you know, actually limited edition clubs should be better than the regular clubs. Also, this is like stuff for the collection, right? I would imagine that we still have wedges to collect. Wouldn't think that we're fully through that already. I mean, there's still 18 collections outstanding, so yeah, that's wedge. 9 of 10, we get one more, and we get 400 VC back. Well, you just get a bunch of fittings. It's a really weird thing to me. The fittings, a lot of times are like a higher tier, as if they value them highly in the game, but they're only worth 75 individually, and they hand them out like candy, you know, in quests and all of that. So it's a little bit of a weird balance, in my opinion. Okay, so we'll get that 10th wedge from completing this, and we'll get, I mean, the 25 VC is whatever, but we'll get. I also feel like the XP thing is kind of weird too. Like, does that XP also count towards the clubhouse pass? I don't know, it's like they put the XP on everything, but eventually the XP is just like fully devalued. Quite a peculiar thing. It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. I just always have like outstanding questions on some of that stuff. Normal, medium. All right, let's get to it. The John Deere Classic. We haven't swung a club since Thursday of last week. I mean, that's our normal thing. I don't really have time to play on the weekends. Yeah, as much as it would be nice to be able to make other content, make like actual full-length videos and all that, I just... busy man. Living life, you know? Being a parent. Don't really have the draw that it takes. I can put myself in the rough over here and then have to pitch it up, which I'm actually like not fully opposed to. It's bold to go for a power drive though, after having not played. So we'll start like a reasonable person. We'll play a fade. Well, maybe we could have gone for the power drive. Maybe we could have. What's going on, Not? How's it going, dude? Was much night rain consumed this past weekend? I would assume so. Okay. Overcorrected just a touch. I definitely put too much extra forward on that. Alright, well, I'm always one to putt it from here, because there is not nearly as much punishment for missed inputs, so. I mean, that was really about thinking that those first grids were gonna snap. That's really all that one boils down to. But yeah, I mean, initially here it seems like the night rain feedback is mostly positive. Yeah, I know I know Luis was having some crashing issues on PC. I feel like PC always has some performance issues at the gate with the From Software titles. There's always a little bit of issue at the gate with that, and like, I guess there was some stuff that I was seeing about thinking certain things should be a little bit harder or whatnot, but it's also, you know, if it's an opinion coming from like a very experienced Souls player, yeah, that's kind of the tougher feedback to be able to utilize because they're just so much better. So much better than the average player. Yeah, what's going on, Rob? How's it going, Joey? 1v1? Nah. We're getting warmed up for tournament play, so we don't really do 1v. Okay, that was way stronger at the foot. We're getting warmed up for tournament play. So people are more than welcome to join in like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. We'll be we'll play like the ranked tours daily master, but yeah, people can join in for that, but we're not doing 1v1s. Update came out today, made single player much better. Get a free revive on the 3 nighttime bosses and increase the runes. Matchmaking performance at the lock on. Okay. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a bunch here in the start, or at least I would expect there to be. Oh, we are... We're like... 2-6. I guess a full 4 iron might be okay here. Shots playing 206. The wind is going to get cut out of this, but we should land short. And I want to land a little bit left. This is going to creep back left to right. I wasn't expecting the elevation to take out that much of the wind. But it did curl over. I mean, that's what we wanted it to do. That's what we wanted it to do. Just a little bit off the mark there. Alright, so since the one before broke quite a bit, I'm going to actually throw this one outside a little bit more. 53%. So a little past the foot. There we go. Nice. It's a good adjustment on the fly. Understanding how we misread the earlier putt. And then making this one work for us. We're just striping it, by the way. We're just absolutely striping it. Alright, a little bit windy. I was really bad on the rhythm because I think in the back of my mind, for some reason I thought that I like had it partialed and I hesitated. That was really bad. Like, I understand fully why I did it, but that doesn't make it good. A little more pace. That's probably still low, but definitely would have been a little closer. Team achievements at least does seem like that's the third. Haven't made it past the first Night Lord yet. All sequential bosses are okay. Yeah, I know. I haven't watched anything not, so I've just been kind of going on like the little bits that I've seen on like Twitter and stuff. I don't know, it's one of those weird things, like, I want to try and stay spoiler free on it. You know, for the most part. It's just awkward because I don't know when I'm actually going to play it, but I would like to play it at some point. Trying to land it left because it feeds right towards the green here. And by towards the green, I mean towards the hole. I know how to use words. I know how to use words. Got your tour card yesterday? Get in there, Rob. Congratulations. Now, you know, as much of a grind as it is to get a tour card, you know, it's kind of like a now the grind begins kind of situation too. Yeah, what up, Maximo? Now you gotta get better? See, but the mindset, at least in my eyes, the mindset is it's always time to get better. You know? 135? What happened there? I am a club short. I mismathed something, or I accidentally clubbed something down. That was funky. The grind up the flights is the most fun. Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't had the grind up the flights fun since I got on the tours in 2K21. I spent 9 weeks going from CCA to Plat. And then we qualified in Elite in 23, and then like a few weeks later we were on Plat. Once I kind of got things to click a little bit. And I'm just in that awkward spot of like, good but not good enough, so, you know, we just out here making a career on the tours, but, you know, we're not exactly winning anything. Just out here trying to make content, hit golf shots. I guess golf shots kind of is our content. Ball spin attack angle, something that's escaped you. Basically, gauge how something's going to bounce, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Well, I will say in this game, loft is more powerful for spin than right stick. Right stick affects it a little bit, more of a distance control thing. Left is more about your distance and how spinny and soft things land. So take that tip. Do with it what you will. Underswung it by 1%. Would have been in the cup. Dagnabbit. Dagnabbit. I do wonder, what if I took... Like, I don't know if it would actually affect anything. But what if I changed my extra putt rhythm? Like, did instead of the 6 putt rhythm and put it on putt weight and just took the +5 hit? Because I feel like... I feel like we kind of need the weight more than the rhythm at the moment. Also, speaking of rhythm, we're like under hitting by like 1%, which I don't know if that just means we should bump out our power a little bit more. But our full swing is just silky smooth. Missed the contact on that one because I let my thumb drift right, but like we are in the zone, auto zone with this swing right now. Hold it. I was like, man, I didn't think I shaped it that much. See Saquon's on the Madden cover? I did not. And hopefully the Madden curse does not hit him. I saw a post from the Eagles that I guess he's the first Eagles player to ever have a 99 rating in Madden. Kind of crazy. But I also feel like in more recent years they've started to give the 99 out more. I feel like for a while they didn't. Now they're like, we're gonna have a few key players that are like 99s. %. Yeah, I'm literally 1% off every single time. So I almost need to like over aim my putts by 1%. If I hit it, then I'm a little bit past the hole. Obviously, the concern is always, yeah, overpowering it. There's nothing to be had here. Swing is smooth, I'm just missing a point here and there. There we go. It's more like it. That's more like it. Yeah, it's just all about that, like, the warm-up phase, you know? Just finding that feel and then being able to just kind of get your execution on repeat. You know, I do appreciate that it's not too bad to get going in this game. We'll go 63. Cause yeah, there's that 1%. There's that 1% under hit. So maybe some of the putting stuff is just understanding like how your perception is and how your rounding is relative to your, because like I did mess with something. I had a little bit of time the other day. I didn't really play. I played like one round. So they wanted me to do a greenskeeper round, and so I was like, well, let me just see how it is. I was missing power by like 3%, so having the extra putt weight is definitely a meaningful thing. 100%. I'm not getting 17 yards of bounce and roll out if I hit a 6 iron. If I do this, it's 207. I mean, that's too far. Let's see, 203, 205, 215. Tracking. Ooh. I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it. I don't actually know if driver is the right play. No, it is. Sometimes it's hard for me to gauge, like, off the tee, am I gonna be in a good spot? I need to get it out a little bit left. In my head, if I hit it straight, it wasn't gonna move. I was gonna miss high, like it wasn't gonna break enough. Guess I gotta trust it. Alright. Pure. Bit too pure. Okay, well, I guess first test of our short game. But that actually means we get to play a little pitch shot. It's down the hill and fairly slow. Something here. The other option is to play it a little bit further. Let's try and play it over that little ridge so that it doesn't have quite as much. 85%, 100. That's still gets some roll. It still gets some roll. You know, I've seen a bunch of commentaries. It's Twitter commentaries, so like obviously gotta take that with so many grains of salt. But I keep seeing commentary around like Scotty and like, you know, obviously you have the comparisons to like Tiger's run, and obviously I think that's probably the nearest comparison that you can draw. But there's so much commentary that I keep seeing, and it's probably just the haters being loud, but oh, well, who's he played and whatever. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, you can only control what tournaments you enter and how you play. You can't determine who shows up. Obviously, there's the live guys, but like, there's only really a few of them, I feel like, to be consistently thought about. I don't know. Are my blinders on because I like Scotty? Probably. But I also think some people just like to hate on him. Jack saying in 1995, PGA started juicing the balls. Well, I mean, the thing is, that's not like a, you know, oh, it's better or worse. You know, it changes, it affects the courses, right? But like, if everybody is using the same stuff, then, yeah, I feel like at least with that part, it's not so much about like, well, it was such an advantage for Tiger or something having Yeah, when he came in, then to have the balls juiced or something, like it's everybody's playing with it. It's level playing in that regard, but the courses have to then change. So I mean, at least to me, those are two separate things. There's the overhit. There's the overhit. And that's definitely one thing that I haven't... I can't believe that got through there cleanly. It's one thing that I haven't really been having happen much today. Everything's been under by a good bit. I just have to... I think I clear everything. Gotta put a little more. Got 103. One 3 sounds good to me. I think 103 was a good call. Michael, Tiger changed sports the most in your 45 years of life? Just world movers? Yeah, I mean, absolutely did. Absolutely did. I mean, in the way that they played and in the, you know, the amount of draw that they had, like, it was just must-watch sports. Alright, I feel like I need to stretch this forward a little bit, get a little outside of the right. Watch it work in from right to left and then continue to feed right to left off of this slope. Yeah, you are short. Tonight's the night, Santino? You think so? I mean, I'd love that. I'd absolutely love for it to be the night. There's the putt. Was it a course in America that didn't have a line after Tiger exploded? Yeah, I mean, huge boom to watching golf, to playing golf. I mean, the next closest boom we've had for golf was the pandemic. You know, people going out to play because it was an outdoor activity that they could do. Alright, that is one dub in the book. Alright, so we'll play one more career mode here. And then we'll hop into the Daily Master. Already 5 years ago, I know. And at that, we're already in June of 2025. You know, so it's not just like it's over 5 years since all that started. Yeah, it would be an interesting thing to think what this golf directory and everything would look like without that. You know? I mean, there's definitely the chance that it would look the same, but there was definitely a huge spike. There was definitely a huge spike of of streaming and everything during the pandemic. I think a good number of those people, you know, stopped with 21, but always an interesting thing. See, I'm just checking on it now. Saying that YouTube is not getting smooth stuff. Everything looks fine on Twitch's end, though. It's unfortunate. There's just not really anything I can do about it. I'll have to make sure to give everything a restart, and hopefully then tomorrow it's fine, but right now it just seems to be a Comcast thing causing it. So unless Twitch starts to drop a bunch of stuff, then I think we just kind of have to rock and roll with it as is, which always pains me greatly. Always pains me greatly. Most fun you ever had online? Yeah, so for me, like, that time in 2K21 was like the closest thing that I have had on Twitch to the like Dark Souls community that I was in from like 2016 to like 2017, 18 kind of time frame, where you just had a bunch of streamers, everything was super close, and like I wanted to just be watching kind of all the time. You know? And don't get me wrong, it's still extended, but there was just such a growth with that, and like the streams that you had. I feel like now there's a good number of the same players, but there's a lot of people who have left. There's a lot of people who just don't stream anymore. I really don't know what Dirt does in terms of like the percentage. Yeah, we're kind of in between. Like, I think if I take a full 8, I don't know, full 8 might be okay, but full 8 might also fly out the back. What's going on, Kevin? This is Highfield Golf Course. %. You gotta really whack this one. 79, that's so bad. Although I didn't do my normal pull back to feel what 100% it, because I think my visual, oh yeah, I went high 70s instead of high 80s. Most of the guys who watch that are gone. Hemo is really it, yeah. And he's on in like the prime hours of like he's definitely just always been on the most too. 158. into the 160s. Depth perception here is kind of a funky thing. I closed it. I just needed to make sure that I had 100% swing on it so that we cleared. What's going on, Nicholas? The trick to hit over 103%. It's tough. It is a very, very tight window. Because the way that it ends up working and why it seems like you can't get over it is because it actually like slow ramps 101, 102, 103, you know, up to 108, and then it drops back down. Yeah, so it like does a quick spike. It starts coming back down to 101, and then if you like hold it all the way to the end, it's like 96% or something like that. So yeah, it's like a huge spike and then collapse. I would say take some time to practice and see if you can like find a visual cue. I try and like look, it's like to get the 107 to 108, which I like never managed to get it right, but I end up looking for like the knee to dip, and it's like right as your character's knee dips and you get like one more little kind of tweak back. That's kind of the point, but it's such a tight window. It's such a tight window. I pretty much max out at 103. Sometimes I'll get some 102s in there. I very, very rarely pull a 107, 108 out. So try and, you know, look at the, you know, go to the practice range or something, right? Have the shot set up feedback on, put it in like practice swing, and just like do it over and over again and see if you can pick up on some sort of visual on the meter with your character's timing, you know, your character's animation rather, and like see if anything kind of clicks for you. Because at the end of the day, it's all getting yourself to feel a timing. So it's definitely not easy though. It's definitely not easy. There we go. There we go. Oh, really, Rob? I'm gonna suppose that they are not people that I am familiar with. That's crazy, though. Obviously, stuff that you never want to hear. That's too long, yeah. 36. It's a little bit short. Give it just a little bit of loft. Okay, I didn't need to give it the loft. We were actually A-okay. There I was thinking like, oh, if I give up the hole, I'm gonna miss it. Hey, the Gigliotis, how are you doing? V-Dot, whoa. Really? I had not heard that. I always knew that he like cared for his mom and stuff. Yeah, I don't know all the details, but I know that he was, yeah, doing a lot of stuff for her. I didn't know there was anything with him. That's awful. Yeah, man, life's crazy. Life is Absolutely crazy. You don't know. You don't know what's coming next. Oh yeah, he was a great dude. Oh. The shaped quad partial? No, and I remember when I came into the golf community, because like 2K21 was my first golf game since, yeah, I mean, it was the first golf game that I like streamed. I had played a little bit of 2019, you know, just as like a one-off sort of stream because it was free. Yeah, but I remember I started playing, I got into it, I started playing TGC and everything, and like to me, VDog was one of like the golf community guys. I can't believe I got over to the push. Yeah, he was one of the golf community guys. Because there wasn't like a crazy, like the golf community was definitely not as large, you know, as it is now. Yeah, I think the landscape has changed immensely, but like at the time, you know, VDog to me was one of like the big name, you know, one of the names that, you know, everybody knew. And so I remember getting in, I made CCA, and then like things clicked after qualifying, and I went 3 weeks. Yeah, I won a tournament in CCA, but like 3 weeks to get out of CCA, 3 weeks in Kinetic, 3 weeks in Elite, and then I was in Plat. And I remember like VDog, I remember like going into VDog stream for like the first time and him like knowing who I was. And to me that was like a, oh. Yeah, like why does he know who I am? But like also a really cool and like welcoming thing, you know? To be a new guy and kind of be seen, you know, that quickly by someone who I, you know, would have viewed as, you know, a big deal, I guess, in the community, at least from the outside looking in at the time. I mean, I know he did a bunch of editing work for, and that's probably why Zane would know that info. Like I think he edited for Zane and stuff, and then I think he edited for Hemo for a little bit when he was first dabbling in the YouTube waters. What's going on, Kara? So actually, it was a wonderful person. So when did that all happen? Like, how am I so out of the loop? I don't know why I'm asking how I'm so out of the loop. That's just my life in general. I'm so out of the loop on everything. Just got posted in a few places, not everywhere. Okay. So I'm just not in the places, basically what it comes down to. Got it. Roger, Roger. Yeah, what up, Dustin? Zane's Discord, okay. That makes sense. I don't think I'm in Zane's Discord, but it's also the type of thing that I'm in like 100 Discords and I have like 96 of them muted. I used to join Discord. I'm very slow to join Discords these days. Well, because, Car, you have, like, I started streaming in 2016. Discord was fairly new at that time, still. I mean, not like the newest, but, like, at the time, not everybody streamed. So, like, you know, people had Discords, and, like, you join people's Discords. Now everyone and their mother streams. Everyone and their mother has a Discord. And I've, like, realized that, like, I cannot participate at the rate that, like, I have a life. Is basically what it comes down to. I have a life. I can only Discord so much. How did I... Got too far left on it. I can only Discord so much before my wife is annoyed with me, so... I do a little bit. Would have been nice. Your interests are varied as well. Well, like, yeah, it's one of those things, like, when you get into a community, I feel like, I guess it's one of those things that kind of all boils down to the way that you consume Twitch, right? There are some people who just kind of stick to the biggest streams, and, like, you can join their Discord, but, like, I don't know, you get into it that way, and then you just, like, watch that one big or, like, a couple big streamers who, like, are on all the time. Or, what was that? What was that? Or you get into communities like this where there are a lot of streamers that are smaller and connected, and then you just, because of that, have just like this large quantity of people that you're familiar with who make content. You know, interestingly enough, like, when I started watching Twitch in 2015, I watched one streamer who streamed pretty much my entire workday, and that was the content that I consumed. Not that there was a Discord involved, but, like, that was just how it went. You know, and then fast forward a year, I got into a different game. That game had some bigger streamers, but also had a lot of smaller streamers, and they were all kind of tied together. Streaming during work? No, Mad Golfer. They're a full-time streamer, but they streamed during my work hours. So I was watching while I worked because I'm a software developer, so I just always have a stream or music or a YouTube video or something going as kind of background noise, you know, and then I'll interact with it a little bit here and there to give myself a little mental break. Funny enough, they were also Finnish. So I guess there's just something about Finns in content for me. What you meant, watching while working? Yeah, I mean, I get my work done. It's just I can't just sit and, I mean, yeah, you could argue that, like, just listening to the music and stuff, but I need something that I can tune in and out of, like tune out as background noise and then tune into from time to time. Otherwise, I don't know, my brain doesn't work the way I want it to. And there's a bit of, you know, it's a combination of probably ADHD and discipline. You know, it's definitely a balance to be had. It's definitely a balance to be had. Oh. So close. Drawn to Europeans for one reason or another. Finland, Poland mostly. I think for me, the two Finnish thing is just coincidental. I think it's just coincidental. Because I would say most of the people that I watch are American. The occasional Aussie. Aussie. Oi. Try and put some juice on this 6. That got too far left though. I think some juice was the play. I feel like that was good distance-wise. And we're right back up the hill. $69, nice. Been missing by a... Maybe I don't want to add that much. Been missing by 1%, and I think that that's a good play to be making. Push is definitely better than a pull here. It's the way that we're trying to find that gap. Rather play it up into the hill than not. Streaming hockey? Okay, well that makes sense. That makes sense, right? Because I don't really, like, Hemo played NHL, but I met him through Souls. And the other Finnish guy that I watched was through Hearthstone. So, yeah, my interests are also all over the place, but I haven't played or watched Hearthstone content in years. I don't really. Oh, it's a 2% underswing. Gosh darn it. Yeah, I played Elden Ring, I played the DLC and stuff. I'll tune into some of the guys that I know from back then, but I also don't like to have things spoiled, so like the new Night Rain Elden Ring game and stuff that came out, like I have not watched anything with that. I was hoping for it to land like just a little bit further, but unfortunately we ended up landing like on that hill. Kind of killed our nice. Got our momentum a little bit. Speaking of Battlefield, one of the streamers you watched for years became a chef. Got a serious girlfriend, left streaming. Happy for him though. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the. That's just one of those things with streaming is like. Some people. Yeah, everybody's kind of got different reasons for why they stream, right? Different things that make them tick. You know, I've kind of always started as like the, well, I'm gonna play games anyway, so I may as well stream them now. Streaming has definitely influenced what I play and how I play games. You know, some people get into streaming because they think there's money involved and they're just gonna make money and, you know, be a full-time content creator, and that doesn't pan out. You know, for other people, it's just life kind of takes over. And, you know, I've definitely been holding on to this hobby for a long time now. But I kind of know realistically, thought it was going to break just a touch more, catch the high side of the hole. Yeah, I've almost come in like a week or two. I don't actually remember. I have to like dig deep into the depths of Twitter to figure out when I always forget what my stream anniversary is. But, you know, I've been almost streaming for 9 years now. But I am very, very aware that, you know, I have a kid and stuff now. You know, it's crazy how much of my life has happened as far as like major milestones and everything since I've started streaming. Graduated college, got engaged, gotten married, had a kid, bought a house, moved, bought another house. You know, like, there is so much stuff that has transpired. I know that, like, the having a kid part is definitely going to have a big influence on my life, and when we have more kids and stuff, like, I'm probably going to just end up having to stream less and less over time. It's my favorite game, Bradley. I would say I can't. It's my favorite sports game. Favorite game is probably the Dark Souls, like Soulsborne games. Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring. Those games have the soft spot in my heart. Stay-at-home dad for 15 years. Yeah, I work from home. My wife stays home with our son. So I get to consume a lot. Still, I mean, I was consuming Twitch in the office at my last job. I think it's actually blocked in the office at this job. But I work from home, so I can watch it. It's just the content creation side of things. Like, we already can pretty much just do streams and shorts. You know, making full-length videos is, like, every once in a while when I squeeze time away. And it's like, you know, you grind stuff out a bunch. Turns out you want to spend time with your wife sometimes when you've got free time. go to bed early. You know, sometimes I'm in the mood and I want to stay up late and not, you know, not snuggle my wife. Stay up and record a video or something, but you know, we do what we can, but I definitely know that time is gonna run out on us at some point, or at least look differently in the future. Yeah, at some point we will have another kid, have to take a bunch of time off. And then who knows? Because overnights, as parents know, get chaotic with a newborn. You know, and if I'm streaming at night and I'm still having to work, like, that's a risky balance. What up, Bryce? 3 kids in? Join the club, wouldn't trade it for anything? Yeah, no, that's the thing. That's the thing of it all, is like, you know, yes, I enjoy this, but, you know, there's definitely more meaningful things in life than streaming. You know, and I mean, obviously I don't think there's enough in it with golf alone, but there's definitely just, I don't think enough in it for me in the grand scheme of things to, like, I don't think I'm ever going to get big enough on Twitch that I would quit my day job to do this. Because I let's be real, I'd have to make an exorbitant amount of money. Right now, gonna be candid, we're making like $3 a day on YouTube. I mean, Twitch is probably kind of in a similar... We don't make a lot of money. For the 16 hours a week that we put in, our ROI is very low. But that's why you don't do it for the money. Do it for fun. The money's a nice little thing to go with it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, so we're gonna roll a quick break. When we come back, Daily Master 2K ranked tours. I'm gonna put the room code into the chats. Anybody is welcome to join in. This is an O, not a 0. But anyone is welcome to join. We're going to play through this, and then we're going to hop into our TGC Tours True Sim rounds for the week. 1 week to go until it is time for our US Open, so a little tune-up. But appreciate y'all being here. If you are enjoying, drop a follow, drop a sub on the YouTube, drop a like on the stream. That always helps. Man, that's kind of for you guys. And like we were talking about earlier, we have a Discord. So, you know, if you aren't already in like 100 of them, and you're like, hey, maybe I'll actually want to know when this guy has changes to his stream schedule, you know, or when he goes live, you can join it. But no pressure. All right, so I'll see you all in 3 minutes. Let's load up this lobby. Hopefully somebody wants to play with me. If not, that's fine. But I'll see you in a few. BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. Okay, we are good. I'm gonna leave it open for like another minute or so. Again, if anybody wants to join the Daily Master for the 2K ranked tours, anybody is welcome. That's the spirit, Joey. That's the spirit. Yeah, anybody's more than welcome to join. Skill level does not matter. We're all just playing at the same time. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. What are the conditions looking like here? Very high winds. Firm, medium, fast. Nice. All right, it's kind of like a little bit of plat warm up. In set 2. Okay. Yeah, Huntington Sound. Very high winds. That should be a good time. That's what everybody likes to warm up with. Although it's gonna make True Sim feel on the easier side, because I think there's medium and high winds. Because I saw Franz posted that his best rounds were the high winds. He was shooting like low double digits on the high wind rounds, and he shot like 5 under on the medium wind rounds, which is kind of funny. Hey, what's going on, Arkin? Welcome back. All right, Joey, let's rock and let's roll. Good luck. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Don't know this, I master. The only thing, well, I mean, I guess there's probably some differences in the like assists not being there, but as far as the swing itself goes, it's the same swing. It's just when you miss more. So I think that's the thing that scares a lot of people about like Master and Legend swing, is like as if it's going to be harder to hit the points, but it's actually not harder to hit the points. It's just more punishing on the misses. It's the win. I guess they probably do higher win stuff on Master than they do for Pro. We're just so jaded at this point, because we've played TGC tours on the Platinum Tour for like 5 years now, so we play on high and very high winds pretty frequently. So yeah, this is gonna break. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Play the fall line. Get it out here. Turning. %. It's over. I mean, I'm trying to break this in from the high side down. I can't see the hole because of the little animation thing. That was close. He's pissed about it, but it's a tap-in birdie. I don't know why he's so angry. I don't know why he's so angry about it. It's a really good putt. He just couldn't see where the hole was, because this whole apparatus was in the way. All the shot setup feedback, those are the words I'm looking for. I'm actually wondering, am I going to be driving this down too close because of the wind? I feel like I am. Actually, no. Actually, no. That's good. That's good. I put a little bit of loft on it. Not really too much I can do, though. It's firm with very highs, so like you just kind of have to play it short and try and skip it up there. Yeah, what up, Fly Guy? Weekend was good. Weekend was good. We did some demolition work at my in-laws yesterday. So I got to rip out their entire kitchen. Yeah, take out all the cabinets. Countertop, sink, you know, everything. So I did a little demo work yesterday, and then it's actually nice weather today, so I was outside mowing my lawn. You know, just being a good suburban homeowner. But tell you what, I'm a bit gassed between the two. A lot of physical exertion. Yeah, I mean, I have a real mower. I'm waiting. We're in the process. You know, talk about suburban homeowner. I'm in the process of getting zoning permits to get a shed. So at the moment, I don't really have room for like a proper push mower. I just still have the real mower from when we had a townhouse and had like maybe 50 square feet of yard to maintain. So I've been push mowing with that thing. When you have the sections of like, there's not as much grass, there's some weeds, real easy going. Once you get to like the good grass, it's a little thicker, man, some resistance starts to build up, and then like our house, it all slopes away. So like when you get to the good grass and you're pushing back up the hill, you're getting a real, yeah, you're on your toes, really pushing. That be some physical exertion. All right, well, this is playing like an 18. Bad math. Somewhere bad math. You ride for the most part. We have a little under like a half acre, so it would be very convenient to ride mow, but it doesn't really make too much sense for me, I don't think, to get one. So I'll just end up getting a gas push mower once I have the shed. And that'll definitely take the time to mow down, because like today was like I was pushing and it took 2 hours. I mean, I was also a little bit interrupted, but definitely not the most efficient. Definitely not the most efficient at the moment. This might be long. Trying to loft it to take some out. I just don't know how the hybrid's going to release. Oh, that's perfect. I did not fins. We're going to be getting into True Sim after this. So we're still kind of in our warm-up phase, so to speak. Two in the bottom by the river is grass. You have it, but don't technically own the land. The state does. Yeah, it's funny. Since I'm like the new homeowner, right? Like we moved in November. It's funny because like I mow, so we have empty lots next to us. They're not state owned, but they're like, they just haven't been built on yet. So the builder owns them. Waiting for people to buy the lots and everything. And so our neighbors behind us mow beyond their property line and like mow it out a little bit further. But I like try and mow to the actual property line, so there's like it's probably like a 2 or 3 yard, probably like a 2 yard little bump or so where they mow a little bit further on the one side. I left it open. That's not a good miss. Closed would have been way better. You almost have to feel like short-sided here. I think you have to chip this into the hill. Anders swung it. Yeah, what up, Russell? How we doing today? There we go. There we go. We're gonna have to lay this up. Might be a little tight. 86 yards. Gonna be an awkward one because I really don't know how at 86 yards this is gonna play with the wind. It's a pretty good guess, though. It's a pretty good guess. Hey, what's going on, Vandy? How'd I do? How we doing, Hunter? Hoping I'd be live tonight? Well, you're in luck. I don't know why I said it like that, but yeah, here we are. I gave way too much respect to those beads. Good job, Knucklehead. Good job. Tried to steal my greeting, but I just soldiered on like a soldiered on or completely oblivious to the things that I say on an average, on a normal basis. Yeah, pick your poison. What up, Mike? You shot a 79 in a 2-man scramble this weekend. Use a majority of your shots except for putting. Play a quick 9 and shot a 47. I finally booked my first tee time of the year. Nah, we're not going for that. Finally booked my first tee time of the year. Planning to go next week. And there was a beautiful, I posted it in Discord because it was so beautiful. It says, and I quote, "Tee times are booked for 4 players. However, you are only charged for the number of players playing at check-in." That to me reads, I get to solo tee time. Oh, I'm horrible IRL. I'm a 26.6 handicap IRL. 93 is my best. I've broken 100 a handful of times. We're trending in the right direction, but I haven't played since like probably September or something. Yeah, I've been to the range and whatnot, but I'm not not good. Not good IRL. Good at video games, though. Fairly new to the channel, Mike. Love watching it. Love to hear that. How much wind will affect the ball if it's just the arrow pointing in the direction? So the blue meter, if you have the wind number on, you'll see the correlation. That blue meter moves as the wind changes. And so for me, I've just kind of found visual reference points. So like for me, this wind, because when I look at it like this, it's touching the tip, that's 15 miles an hour. And so like I've kind of learned like where the blue fill is at different amounts. And it's just, you know, from there lots of repetition and experience. How far to adjust like left to right, that's more of a feel thing for me. I have some like loose kind of guidelines that I try and follow for getting me in the right area, but that's more feel. But as far as distance control with the wind, that's the big thing. I don't know why I'm like misreading this. No! All that just to miss it a hair low. You suck. I guess the meme that's been that I've seen people using lately is Woe's name is Nick Lowe. So people are, whenever they miss stuff, it's they miss it a Nick Lowe. Pretty funny. Bogey golf is good, right? But I'm trending towards bogey golf, but I'm definitely still closer to double bogey golf. But we're getting there. I also don't have a lot of time in it. You know, I try and get to the range here and there. Like we're gonna try and go to the range Wednesday, but you know, in the 4 years since I bought clubs, I've played like maybe 30 rounds, which is not a lot. So, working with what we got. I enjoy it. I just don't get to do it as much as I would like, which I think is the case for literally anybody that golfs. Except for like the old folks that are retired and just play golf every day. Then they'd probably play as much golf as they want, but you know, young adult with a wife and kids, you're not playing. You're not playing golf anywhere near as much as you want to. I am still not reading that enough. Dang. Some of those are just playing a little bit more. Oh, this is awkward. This is so awkward. Because if I landed on the green, it's just the length that we have. The 6-iron, yeah, that's bouncing and going. So, like, do you land a 7 short? Oh, boy. Try and, like, cut a 7 into... I think I played this too short. I'm, like, trying to firm bounce my way and, like, just barely bleed onto the green. No, I think I actually just didn't play it right enough. I think that was great distance control. Like this game compared to EA's, John? I like this way better. And I know that this game has a lot of mechanics from EA. I just think they've done stuff a lot better. EA's big knock for me is the randomness. Like, that's, to me, that's just no bueno. Having all of your shots just kind of be up to chance, like, at least with this game, it's, when it says perfect swing, like, that's just, I know there that, you know, I hit it a touch hard on the power, but other than that, like, it was probably just a bad read. EA's didn't really have that for putting. I know that's a bad example, but like on the full swing, the circles of uncertainty, to me, were just very, very annoying. It says perfect, and it's like, well, sucks. You're still just going to be in the rough because you can't control it. Any golf YouTubers? Not really. Not really, no. I mean, the golf YouTube content that I consume is typically like the like educational golf tutorial stuff. For better or for worse, mind you. For better or for worse. But like, as to actually like watching, I guess, amateur golfers play golf, I do not. Keep pushing it. Getting a little bit too far left. And I just suck at putting. No ifs, ands, or buts. I just suck at putting. I've heard of a lot of them, so I've heard of Bob Does Sports. But yeah, I don't know what it is. And it's not that I've like watched their content and I'm like, I don't like this. It's just I've never even like tried. I pushed it again. Everything is pushed. Big bounce over. I cannot reach. I mean, if I get it to like the front part of this, we're on wedge territory. All right, less left. There we go. Perfect distance. Hey, thank you, Nick. Appreciate that. Playing like online tournaments, so that's what. Yeah, we play in 2 big tournaments every week. So we play in what's called the TGC Tours, which has like a few thousand people who play it every week. You're divided into flights based on like a qualifier and stuff, and then over the weeks, your tournament performance can move you up or down. Their whole world ranking system and everything. So we play in 2 tournaments in that every week. One of them is True Sim, which is kind of a side tour that we play on. Has no grids, no scout cam. That's what we're going to be playing in just a little bit. And then we also play on the highest division, or in the highest of the 15 flights. So that's our main shtick, so to speak, in terms of the content. There we go. Highest place in the tourney. We've finished 2nd in True Sim the past 2 weeks. I choked the major, unfortunately. Choked the PGA. Our best finish of Plat this season so far has been 6th? 5th or 6th? Yeah, so all the stuff is my player driven. You can't play in pros because it's all run through the societies in the game. They have API access. They're able to actually like pull API data and everything in and put it into a website. There we go. And so there's no pros allowed in societies. %1 off. Oh my word. Hole-in-ones in this game? I have 5 hole-in-ones right now. We got 5 hole-in-ones, 2 albatrosses, and 12 eagle hole-outs that are like not greenside bunker, you know, or like chip-in type things, like full shot hole-outs. Close the face on that, but I'm just trying to lay this one back a little bit. And we've been close. We've been close on many occasions to hitting more. So it'd be very me to make a comment and then hole one out, because I've done that on a couple occasions, which makes for great clips. Kind of. It makes for like great stream moments, but as far as like the clips that people like to watch, a lot of times they click away if the golf shot doesn't happen right away. So like if I have like a good talking build up before it, it doesn't actually play out as well as one might hope in terms of like posting it for content. Just fine. Please stop doing that, Colby. Stop it. Man, ace across the other day. Didn't even see it hit the shot, got distracted by Ruckus in the house, came back and it got in. That's epic and awful at the same time. Yeah, if we were hitting these putts, we'd be having a great double-digit round, but here we are, just missing putt after putt, because I'm really bad at putting. This is playing 192. 20. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to play the 4-iron and hope that it kind of carries enough and gets back to where we need it to. Hold it. Wow. Well, that sucks. It really sucks, huh? Beans. %. I underswung it by 4%. Cool. Even with the vibration. I think my problem is we were playing without vibration, and so I was getting in a groove of missing it, but now that the vibration is here... Okay, you can just kick rocks, putter. Eat it. Just eat... I don't know. Not good at insults. They do, John, but on the difficulty that we play on, it is disabled. And thankfully, they actually disabled it in competitive matchmaking as well, because that was like the dumbest thing. To have a competitive mode where people were just sitting like putt previewing. Like, ah, yes, the skill. I don't like how that lagged. Not that my input was good, but that was weird. It was really weird. Such a tight window. Don't want a long flop. Give me like a regular flop. I think the wind's gonna play. That's why I'm doing this. It's crazy that I am still off by that much. I was just kind of assuming that I was gonna miss high side. Like the way that this round has been going, I was like, this putt's gonna miss. Hopefully we can find some sort of rhythm. Lucky me. Nothing like ping-ponging your inputs, though. We're building the confidence, you know? There we go. That's much better. That's much, much better. Alright, well this has definitely gotta be up there for one of the worst putting performances that I have had in a minute. But we end with an eagle putt, so I guess, you know, there's a glimpse of hope. I should have been so far into the double digits, but my putting was horrendous. Well, GG's, Joey. Thank you for playing. Nothing like a master rank daily with some harder, you know, conditions out there to humble you a little bit. But yeah, to what we're talking about with the tourney placement and stuff. I have won True Sim in the past on 2K23. And I've won at lower flights back in 2K21, but at the highest level, I think my highest finish is like a second or a third ever. But yeah, like a fifth this season, and then True Sim so far, second. It's tough out there. There's some very, very good players that we go up against, so we try our best. But we definitely lose, you know, the most strokes putting. That's just hands down where our biggest downfall is. So I'm trying to work on work on ways to get better. Obviously, try and put the ball closer, but yeah, you can only do so much with that. Yeah, let's see. 50% one putt. Yeah, it felt like it. 20% long. How many long putts did we have? It's not gonna tell me. I don't want to go digging because 20% is so far. Oh, there we go. We were 2 of 10 long, but this is the kicker here, was the like 5 of 7. So we missed 2 makeables, and then just like the long ones were all just skirting by. And I guess we 3-putted that one bogey. So yeah, very well could have been into the, like, comfortably into like that 12 to 14 for sure. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. It happens. Now the key is to just kind of erase that from our minds, and then as we play True Sim here, you know, have a bounce back. Have a little bounce back. Right. So what we are going to do here, yeah, see, like there's, I had that one on count back. I was like 3 back with like 6 to play. Drove the par 4, found a way to make par, and then I found a way to bogey when I like hadn't bogeyed all tournament. So just complete dingus stuff out there. Complete dingus stuff out there last week. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Need to just like not focus on what the scores are and just try and stay in our game, play shot by shot. It's all you can do. Is all you can do. All right, well, I appreciate you all being here. We've got 2 rounds of True Sim to get through this evening. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break here to clear the pre-roll ads out of the way. You know, kind of always a pain, but we got to do it. So I don't like anybody missing the content because I don't like missing content myself. So we're on a 2-minute break. Nobody's going to miss anything. Go take a stretch, go to the bathroom, do what you got to do. And then we will reconvene in 2 minutes and hop into round 1 of our True Sim tournament for the week. So thank you for being here. Drop a like, drop a follow, sub, all those good things if you're enjoying. And I'll see you in a few. Ads. Okay, we are back and ready Rock and roll. Now, someone will remember last week we were a little bit sick through a lot of the week. It's been weird because, like, I'm pretty sure the symptoms all feel like it's COVID because that's what I've had these symptoms with it many times before. Gone through like the gambit of it because like all of my symptoms are like a cross between cold and seasonal allergy. So like I've felt fine for like a week, but like I've gone through waves of like really runny nose, and then not as much with the nose and kind of a cough, and then the cough goes away, and then it's more like congested. It's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I don't know. Really have no clue, but that's where we're at now. And like the raw nose feeling is awful. Awful. Anywho. The Canadian Open here. Canada Open for True Sim. We are heading out to the links at Union Vale. Playing off the tips here for round one. Medium winds out of the northeast, and the greens are going firm, fast. Well, I would say the greens are going firm, fast. The fairways are firm, the greens are firm, the greens are fast. So, wind conditions are tame. Obviously have to account for some bounce and rollout on these shots. Hopefully we can decipher some information from the yardage book as we go to make some of our approaches. This is very much so downhill. Hopefully it's not crazy, because that's down 14 yards, but it's definitely down more and then goes back uphill. I'm gonna choke down my hybrid, I think, here to play it safe. Go just a little bit out to the left. Okay, need to be a little more left and a little more right. Right down next to the yardage post. Okay. This is playing effectively about 150 yards in. We're gonna have a little bit of wind. Front pin, so I probably am okay to be a little long. It's gonna pull left up the hill. Hopefully straighten it back out a little bit. I'm gonna go choke 9. A little more left. A little more right. There we go. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Firm hop, and then we'll just stop right there. Thank you kindly. Okay, a little bit of slope. I have to be mindful because I've definitely gotten in trouble on breaks like this before. Put it just outside. There we go. Because I think that's the one thing that killed me at Marion the other week on that round that destroyed me, is like I was, I think, just under reading some of those breaks a little bit too much and maybe being a little bit lax with it, so to speak. So hold on here. If I drive this other green, this other fairway, got a much shorter approach. Now this angle of attack, I can bounce it up the fairway onto the green, though it does look like it kind of feeds off to the right. Whereas here, if I drive this fairway, because this is a video game, I'm gonna do that. Gotta make sure I find the fairway. That's just left of the line. A little fader here. Oh yeah, and we played it enough where we're out left of that tree. Oh, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. It's playing about 158 yards. And we're gonna carry it. Let's see here. Played about 158, and we can definitely carry it right up about to that point. So let's take a little bit off of it. I'm just kind of going fairly straight at it. A little. Oh, it wasn't set at 100% power, so it says 98% overswing. Throws things off a little bit because I'm trying to land it on the green. We overswung what it was set to, so I gotta make sure that I'm setting my stuff to 100%. But, yeah, it gives a big fairway kick. We still have 8-foot look at eagle. If we land that on the green, that's gonna have a lot more spin on it. So not a crazy break going the whole way. We've got right to left. %. Ah, I underswung it by 1%. Okay, well. So there you have it. I don't think the read is all that bad. Just a little bit of an underhit, maybe a little bit of an under read. Easy birdie. Obviously, with that sort of look at an eagle, you would like to convert. We got 203. Is this pin right before an uphill or right before a downhill? Looks like it's going up. I think that slope is up. That slope's down. It's a left to right slope, but I can't tell if this is sloping front to back or back to front. I would think at this distance it wouldn't be sloping. I don't know, if we land it back at that like 204, give it 8 yards. Medium winds, so I don't want to go too far out. Especially because we know it's left to right, so. The wind is now rotating on me because it took me so long to figure this shot out. Excellent. Excellent. I mean, I could still play a little fade and loft into it, which might actually help us because that would sit it. I feel like the wind is changing again. Well, that push is not going to help anybody. Can you play your normal TGC rounds using TrueSim settings? Yes, Spencer, you can. Yeah, because the grids and everything are an open setting. So technically, if you wanted to, you could do it that way. Obviously, you're putting yourself at a bit of a disadvantage because everybody else isn't. Yeah, you could if you wanted to. That's 100. A little bit of a pull, but the distance was good. Okay. Well, the mistake there comes on the tee shot. So what do we have here? Drivable par 4. Our drivable par 4. Slightly downhill. The wind being sideways actually is huge. Close face is going to take us offline, but we land on the green, so that's going to make the bounce much more favorable than if we landed it short. So we're giving ourselves eagle opportunities. Close the face on that one a little bit. Downhill. Left to right. Although that kind of looks right to left at the start. Gosh darn it. Are we getting a double break? I think we are. I think we're getting right to left just in that first little bit, then it kind of flattens out. And then we go left to right. Where's the crossover point? This might be one that I just have to throw at it. Going just a touch left. I mean, %56%. Yeah, I could tell that it snapped. I could tell that it snapped a lot at the start. But I know it felt like it had like a grade back left to right and it just never moved. Yeah, what up, Justin? Plays better in True Sim? Think I plays better in True Sim settings than normal TGC? No, and the reason being that in True Sim, like, my scoring is still better on plat, right? Like, my placement might be better on True Sim, but my scoring is still better on plat. Plat has tougher courses, right? Like, it is a much more grueling in terms of like the courses and stuff that we face. True Sim, we play real courses, so the greens and stuff, like, there's still... I tried to hit it over and I hit underswing. Yeah, the real course is like, there's still difficulty to it and there's still precision that needs to be had on things, but it's just not the same as the stuff that we play. I can't tell. I want to go slight left to right. I underswung it. Oh, goodness me, it still had enough. Okay. I was scared of like just like whacking the absolute crap out of it. Downhill. You know what? I'm gonna actually take this. Yeah, we're gonna take this 3-wood and just effectively make sure that we're right of that bunker. Because I think this is gonna put us down into a nice wedge. 56 degree, wind slightly in. Yeah, land it like just shy of pin high. It's maybe the extra % there. that gets us in trouble. Seeing a little left to right in it. Not a lot though. This is where you really gotta commit to just what you think looks right. There we go. Nice. All right, 5 under through 6, and a pair of eagle opportunities that we've whiffed on. So definitely a strong start. Also a start that, crazy enough, could have been better. I know this is a 6-iron. I can't really club it down. I can maybe take a little bit off of it. But ultimately, this shot just kind of hit it up there and hope for the best. Like, land it on the green close to pin high and just hope you stick it, because it's a front pin. It's probably safer to do this than like try and actually hop it up and in there, because if I do, I'm playing at a shorter club, and if I miss it, then I've got to, short side chip myself up. So this is what we had to work with. It's not crazy. A little bit downhill, a little bit left to right. It's kind of judging by how the last one went. Hold on, let me not jump to conclusions here, because that actually looks like it's above my feet at the start, which then changes the complexion of this whole freaking putt. Oh man. I know of them, Justin. I don't think I've actually watched any of their videos. I have heard of them. Are they the one that does... Do they do speedrun breakdowns or just video game history stuff, or both? It's a little bit back at the end, but I think it's right to left at the start. It's like so subtle that it's like, is it straight? Does it have a little bit of movement? Okay, the last one screwed me, so I'm gonna go like here. If it's wrong, it's wrong, but there's the 59, there's the right to left. And yeah, it's like, that's twice now. That's like actually the exact same scenario where like heavy break at the start and then the downhill just never or like the left to right the other way just never actually has enough. But if I feel like if I committed to it like so far out to the side, like I'd probably end up getting myself in trouble. So yeah, it is what it is. It's all educated guessing, and it's really, really hard when you can't feel the green. So like all of the visual deceptions that course designers use IRL are pretty much out there to get you. I need to carry it that like 174, 175, because I think if we can do that, then we're going to be good. I actually think this is a little bit short of it, so we're gonna need to do a little extra. I left the face open. Yeah, it's gonna take a big kick. Got the 102, but the face open takes us offline and leaves us short. Oh man. Speedrun histories, you've definitely brought it up, Matt. I knew it sounded familiar. I know I've been told. I done been told many a time. But my memory is not exactly the greatest. Oh, quads. Oh, it's just low. Oh man, that's a really good putt. That's a really good putt from that range. The history of X speedrun, got it. The history of Wii Sports Resort golf speedruns. Thinking of me. I did have Wii Sports Resort. I wasn't playing a ton of golf though. I remember some of those being pretty tough, to be honest. This is an interesting hole. I remember playing the, like, I don't know, some sort of combat one. I think I'm going to play like a choked 4-iron. And misjudge it. Nice. It's light rough, so it's not the end of the world. 17, wind is in. Ah. This is kind of not great. Gonna give it just a little bit extra juice just in case we get low rolled. We got it down into the bowl. We have a putt. It's just, that's a tough one. Really odd hole. It was fencing. It was, I think so, but they like had like, there was more to it. I feel like it was fencing, but they like had some like weird stuff to it, where it wasn't just like standard fencing, if I recall correctly. But man, it has been actual years. Nice putt, Colby. Nice putt. Random poles in the middle of the fairways. So they're not random. They're they're on some courses IRL. They're indicators of yardage. So you know, like, I forget if I think the poles are like normally 150 yards to center of the green. Got your dad back in the game. I mean, everyone and their mother played the crap out of just like the regular Wii Sports, which is honestly kind of crazy when you think about it, like just how much people played that. Such a big part of pop culture. Oh, close. Loose. What up, ears? How's it going, man? Doesn't miss until they charge $80 for Mario Kart, or $50 if you buy the bundle. I somehow think that this 3-wood is gonna be the better tee shot for this. But yeah, so Spencer, like, courses will have that yardage marker as like 150 to center pin, or is to center green. Some courses will have like a marker that's like 50 yards to the green, like a little like red circle on the ground, 100 yards, 150. That way you've got some indicators out on the course, even if you don't have like an app or something that's giving you that info. it's tracking. Kick left. Oh. Okay. Okay, the Eagles have escaped us, but we're still finding scoring out here. Yeah, GPS apps. So it's like golf GPS stuff. There's 18 birdies, Grint, some other ones. They like, you can input, it uses GPS to like know what course you're at. You can select it, start a round, record your score, record other stats, like, you know, even like how you missed. Like I missed in the right fairway, or right rough, missed short, bunker, how many bunker shots, how many chips, how many putts. And it has like a map view where like it uses its best guesstimate from the GPS. Yeah, so long as that that course is like in the database. Very, very useful. I'm gonna play the 7-iron off the tee here. Striped. Nice. A little down the hiller. Feels like it goes a little right. Still don't know how much right. And it's down the hill, so it's... Try and hit it with a little bit of pace. Feel like right edge. Or left edge. I know my words. But it did what I thought. You know, regardless of... I don't know what it is. I flip directions when I'm talking about I'm playing this game. Like, all the time. All the time. I left the face open. I mean, even if this doesn't kick left onto the green, it's light rough and a lot of green to work with. But now this is even better. Because now we've got another eagle putt. Hey, good evening, RJ. Never thought of that being a thing. Yeah, exactly. Makes total sense. Yeah, and so there's definitely a bunch of different apps out there. Golf Pad is one. I use 18 birdies personally, but I haven't tried any others. Like, that's just the first one that I found, you know, and it's worked. It's worked well, so I've stuck with it. And RuneScape all the time? Your friends hate it for you? Wait. You used to have a companion app and keep stats? Is that what you're saying? Or am I misreading the situation? Oh, mixing up directions. Yeah. That makes way more sense. Hmm, 3% over is gonna be a problem. Because my read was definitely not for 3% over. So, multiple eagle attempts, all birdies, which is still taking care of business. You know, Office Depot might reach out for a sponsorship, but definitely whiffing on opportunity here. Yeah, mixing up directions in RuneScape sounds problematic. Probably not nearly as bad, though, as mixing up directions in, like, a Final Fantasy XIV raid. Or playing BDO or something. Those directions feel like they would be much more important. Gotta go. All right, take it easy, John. Take it easy. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you later. So I think we have to lay up. I think we gotta lay up. Which sucks. But lay it up to a number. There's trees. Trees, man. Not cool. Not cool. I gotta throw some loft into this if I want it to... Ooh, that cut the wind too much. That cut the wind too much. I don't know though, because I was between that and choking the... I was between that and choking my... Or not, I was between that choke shot and like trying to squeeze out my 50-degree wedge, and I don't really know that either of them was like a lovely option. Kind of pick your poison, and that wasn't a bad read. A bad input, but not a bad read. What's going on, Jamie? JK Outdoors, how's it going? Ben, what up? Love the content. I appreciate that, JK. Next stream is tomorrow night, John. We stream, unless something comes up, we stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Depending on if I've got other stuff going on or how I'm feeling, whatever. Typically until like 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Probably be a little... Yeah, we're going to be around that tonight. How often did I get out and play real golf? Never enough, Jamie. Never enough. I get out to the range from time to time. I'm getting out to play my first round in like a week and a half. First round of the year. Pushed it. Oh, that was the perfect distance too. All right, I mean, there's always a chance we can make a putt. There's definitely a lot of movement going on. Overswung it and still missed it low, dang. Well, that's always a bit of a double whammy. Golf season long days are finally upon us. Absolutely. I'm hoping, I have a tee time book, but I'm hoping that the weather holds up, because the weather has been very much so the problem. Weather has been very much so the problem in recent history. We get a few days of nice and then a few days of thunderstorms. And the thunderstorms and rain and everything seems to keep happening on the weekends. Which is not great when you got a family, kids and everything. Weekend is kind of the one time where if you're gonna have time, that's gonna be it. I am from Pennsylvania. Originally Philly suburbs. Guy, I now live out in the middle of nowhere. If you were this putt, how would you break? think right to left. But how much? This is one where it's short, so we should be pacey with it. That was close. Yeah, what up, Delirium? You knew it was Pennsylvania just from... Yeah, so you understand. This week, it's gonna get real hot, and then it's gonna thunderstorm over the weekend. Yeah, the weather right now is kind of crazy. It was like a 30-degree jump from the morning to the high today. Guess what? It's like 44 this morning when I woke up. It was like a high of 74. Tomorrow's in the 80s, like low 80s. It's supposed to be like 88 Wednesday, and then stay in the 80s in thunderstorm Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's like, cool. That's great. Oh, you want to do something outside on the weekend when you have time? Sucks. The amount of weekday mowing that I've been doing at my house is very high. I've mowed pretty much on like Tuesday or Wednesday, like every week so far this spring. Yeah, what up, Lucas? You're from Georgia? Nice. I've been to Georgia one time. 2 times if you count a layover in Atlanta. And the going to Georgia was we were driving from Pennsylvania to Disney World, and we stopped in Savannah to sleep overnight and finish our drive the next morning. Okay, this is back where we're in between the freaking clubs. This time, I'm gonna give it a little punchy. Little punchy. Try and stretch our 50 instead of trying to take off on our choked pitching wedge. Closed it, didn't have enough on it. That was kind of the vibe. What a roll. What a roll. And by the way, that underswing is intentional because that's how I've been missing, so I'm aiming out to 44% to hit the 43. So that was as intended. That was as intended. Same weather down there. Yeah, because the stuff's been pretty much like kind of, I mean, moving like west to east across the US, but it's been bringing a lot with it. Yeah, so the weather has just kind of been crappy. Or at least the timing of the weather has been less than ideal. Did I overpower that too much? Or is this going to perfectly land at the end of the fairway? Oh, I love that. I love that. 280. It's uphill. Ooh, hold on though. 5. How's that line? That's 2. Okay, so right of target. Baby draw. Put some oomph. 103. I might not have needed the oomph part. But you know what? We're on the green. We're on the green. Put better without the grids than I do on Plat Ultra? Maybe. Technically, no. But it is definitely way more noticeable and impressive when I make it on True Sim. Difference being on Plat, you have a lot more information for this putt. And also the thing that I always have to kind of caveat stuff with is like True Sim, these are real courses. So like the brakes are actually reasonable. Even when they're bigger, like the green speeds and the brakes and everything are just, they're just a lot better. Platt, the courses and the things that we're doing, like, it is kind of ridiculous. And not very realistic. All right, well, quads, come on. Be great. Ooh. Ooh. That was very close. That was very close. Popping in to say what's up? Hey, take it easy, Justin. Always good to see you, man. All right, well, we're out the gate in 14. I didn't realize that was the 18th hole. Very kind of them to give us a par 5 on the 18th. 14 under, lots of birdies, no eagles. I don't think we bogeyed either. Or maybe we bogeyed once? I don't remember. Hey, we got a 2-stroke lead over Scud and Hendo. Love to see that. No, I don't want to look at the leaderboard. I didn't want to see what they shot. Man, don't do it. I don't want to see the leader. Try not to spoil it, because I play better when I don't know. Scorecard. That's what I'm looking for. And no, that was clean. That was just 14 birdies. I mean, that means we missed 4 eagle putts and we parred that 1 par 5. But yeah, 7 out, 7 in. Love that. You can play local courses on this game if it has been recreated, JK. So there's a list of official courses that are in the game. And then there are courses that have been recreated by designers, because there's a course designer in the game. So you can play local courses if somebody has remade it. So like this is the links at Union Vale. It is a real course. The links at Union Vale. It is a real golf course in LaGrangeville, New York. So in case anyone wants to go to the Hudson Valley and play the links at Union Vale, you can. It is, let's see, not too far from Poughkeepsie, out over near Connecticut. And so by the Hudson Valley, that means the Hudson River and not me being, yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. Of course, it's the Hudson River. I just forget how far the Hudson River travels. Stonebridge Club in Rome, Georgia. I mean, I can do a quick look up and see if any of the like really good course recreators have done that course. It depends on how local, I guess, we're talking. Like big name course that's local, or like your municipal course, right? Let me see, Stonebridge. No luck on the TGC Tours website, unfortunately, but that doesn't mean that somebody hasn't recreated it, but it's probably low likelihood. The genuine fit, yeah, I think that's a big thing, Jamie, is like you're playing real courses, so like greens roll how you would expect them to. You know, we have it programmed in our head like how TGC greens roll, but like those greens have, you know, way more break, way more firmness, way more break than like you're really gonna experience most of the time on tour and at these courses. So yeah, True Sim's a nice switch up. So like my putting is a little bit better because like putts, they break a lot, but they don't break like as crazy strong as they might. So yep, we got 3 more rounds left though that we gotta get through and do some good stuff. All right, So we got like 15 minutes until ads hit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run a quick 2-minute ad break. That way pre-rolls are disabled on Twitch and nobody's gonna miss anything, because around here we take a break so that nobody misses the content. I hate ads mid-convo, mid-round. So we don't do that here, all right? We're gonna take a 2-minute controlled break. I'll see you all then. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Let's get at it soon.
It's raining.
Ads. Not gonna lie, I had to guess at the timing of that one. So, little cheap for all y'all. When the ad pre-roll timer, like it caps out at 60 minutes. And so if I have enough time left over, like it goes over that and I know it just is counting down to 60. And I know when the ads are gonna end. When I run like a 2-minute ad and we've got like 15 minutes left like we had in that situation, I forgot to look at what the pre-roll counter was before it added the like 40 minutes. And so I'm like sitting there like, I don't actually know when the ads end. Get in there, Shady Side. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, links at Union Vale, round 2. We've got the 18-hole lead as it stands. But as if anybody was paying attention to the Memorial, as we know, Ben Griffin shot 7 under. And then proceeded to go even one over. So it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Gotta have 4 good rounds here. So let's see what we can do. Round 2, pin 2. Tee boxes are the same. High winds this time out of the east. Fairways, greens, they're all playing the same. So maybe that's to our advantage because we were rolling the ball pretty well. Hopefully that means that we can make the same kinds of reads out there. Yeah, what up, Harv? Love finishing, Sam? I mean, it's definitely way better than starting, right? JK, thank you for the sub. Actually, I don't know. Starting's pretty good, too. Anywho, that's besides the point. That's how we end up with... We're just gonna stop. We're just gonna stop. I gotta play Choke 3 Wood because it's nope, we're just gonna play hybrid. Just gonna play hybrid. I'm not flirting. Not flirting with the rough at the end of this. Okay. Alright, Harv. Yeah, man, how have you been? Let me do the little bot transfer so that, you know, if you care about your hours watched and channel points and everything, you have them. But hope you've been well. Yeah, it's been a minute, man. Hope all is well. Hope life hasn't been too rough on you. This shot's played about 163 yards. And we've got probably 163. This 7-iron might be about pin high. Just take just like a little bit off of it. Try and land it just short and pop one down at the hole. Oh, I like it. No! Oh, my word. What's going on, Mac? How have you been, dude? That doesn't go. That doesn't go in. That would count for you at the real course, dude. That's so mean. Hey, what up, guy? Thank you for 15 streams in a row, dude. I thought when it bounced, I was like, it's 7-iron. Now, don't get me wrong, I know it's into the wind, but like in my head, I'm like 7-iron. It's gonna have a little bit of a release, and it went, huh? It just stuck. You know, the crazy part is too, like if that lands like an inch further on the initial jump, it probably hops and like lands left side, like right on the right edge of the cup and falls in. But because it's an inch shorter, it plops itself right next to it. All right, it's still a birdie. It's still a birdie. I love making those sorts of shots. So satisfying. I'm gonna choke a driver down because I think with the tailwind and everything, I don't know. We had a little bit of tailwind. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do like a 95%. That's straight out into the water, so let's not do that. I'm just trying to make sure that we end up left of that tree. Because I like how this played out for us last time. Gave us a look at eagle. I think choking it back and hitting the partial and everything was a good call. Now all we have to deal with is getting this all to play nice. So it's playing about 171 yards. 157, 8. 160. Problem is this wind's not gonna play as strong. And that thing is like tucked front. So I think what we have to do is go the full 8 and like try and do some sort of partial job and like go long and give ourselves the putt. I underswung it, which means we're gonna get a mean kick because we landed on the fringe. They do Harv, yeah. Yeah, there's still Divot Derby in this game. And this game has like a whole quest system and stuff, so like they kind of force you to play Divot Derby and Top Golf and stuff. Although at a certain point you just have enough VC and you don't actually have to anymore. Okay, I think this all breaks left to right, and so I think what I'm gonna try and do is get this out the ridge straight, kind of breaking, and then hold it up. And hopefully this is in the right spot. I would actually need to be more left. But we like 2-putt birdies. Absolute carnage with the full... Yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing in that, like, the game mode is not all that fun on its own, but, like, if you have a lobby full of people that you know, definitely gets a lot better. Alright. Let me give it a little bit off, because 12 yards of bounce and roll out. Ball's gonna drift right in the air. It's left to right on the green, so. Beautiful strike. Little deep, that's kind of uphill. A little bit left to right. Come on. Okay, not the worst thing. I knew I had to take some off. I didn't know I had to take another 3 yards off of it, but not a bad place to be. Not a bad place to be at all. Oh, man. That's tough because I overswung it, but I think if I hit it where I was trying to, I would have missed it low. So I think we were like just off enough. Okay, wind is gonna be slightly in the face. We're definitely driving it again. 297. I mean, it's, yeah. Always drive. Create your own luck. Create your own luck. What's going on, Koof? Tried LST Eclipse? I have not. I pretty well played TGC, and that's about it. Maybe as the game goes on, I'll probably start playing some other societies, but I play so slowly and so little compared to people that I pretty much play True Sim and Plat with like a little bit of warm-up. That's left to right. It's slightly below the feet, and then it's way more, and just like continues to break way more. So this is more about finding... I'm gonna give it actually a little bit more pace, because this is more about finding the fall line here. Of course, I hit it perfect, and I needed the 53. Well, again, just playing it like we did last time. I think this is the exact same opening that we had. Create eagle opportunities. Miss. Tap in birdie. Rinse, repeat. I don't know why I'm cycling through this camera when I'm trying to look at this. I got about 7 yards to work with there. Wind is going to be slightly in the face, so that's not really so much an issue. Thing is, it's downhill. So even if I choke this down, it's still gonna bound through. I actually don't hate that though. I don't hate that solely because I can choke my lob wedge down. Or I can hit my full lob wedge and get a little spinny with it. True sim with plat conditions? That sounds awful. I guess when I think plat conditions, I'm also throwing the course into that though. So is that also part of it? Like, is it also the courses are more plat-esque? Because that's... I don't think that the sim stuff is all that fun when you start playing on courses that play a little bit more ridiculously. I either have to try and punch this through. It's gonna play the wind less. Oh, see what happens. I missed both contact points, which is interesting enough. Courses aren't easy. Yeah, that just... not having, like... A plat can get away with some of the conditions and courses because you have still some grids and, like, the ability to view the precision. I don't want to have to play, like, scouting rounds and stuff to be able to try and manage... %, nice. Oh, bad. Like, the big thing for me with True Sim is, like, their real courses and stuff, I can kind of deduce on the fly. I mean, obviously I miss it, don't get me wrong. Like, if I scouted the courses and had a better idea of how the greens were and stuff, like, I would probably be even better. But the courses are realistic, and because they're real, you know, and I'm able to kind of read things on the fly, not have to rely on that. Because, like, as the courses get harder, the precision needs to be that much higher, and you just can't really have the precision on sim, which I guess for some people is fun. Just not my... not my cup of tea. Oh, why am I missing? Yeah, what up, Private? And it's on Legend. Well, that doesn't... I mean, I play on Plat. We don't miss our inputs that much, so, like, Legend doesn't really change much. I mean, obviously your misses are bigger, but Master to Legend is whatever, in my opinion. I mean, it's definitely nice to have, like, that added separation, but I also don't think that the field is deep enough for that to be like the, oh, that's what's causing people. I mean, it's on Master already, and look at this shot disparity. Overread that. Yeah, what up, Salty? Welcome back. What's the difference between Master and Legend, Condor? So, Master and Legend, like, all of the swing difficulties have the exact same like sweet spot window, you know, and miss margin and everything. The difference ends up being that, at least for the swing difficulty, because obviously the presets you have more things, but as far as like the swing difficulty itself, it's just when you miss 1% or 2% or whatever, it's more as you go up the difficulties. That's the main thing. This is interesting. 185. I mean, it should bring me out to 190. I'm just gonna take a 6-iron and we're just kind of see. Because like looking at this, looks like there's a giant bump in front, which means that this would go downhill. I don't really want to go straight at the flag. Maybe I do. I don't know. This is short roll. I mean, I couldn't for the life of me tell what this green was gonna look like or what it's gonna do. Yeah, we are playing a tournament right now, Salty. Get in there, Deuce. Yeet! Welcome back for 85 months, dude. Holy cow, that's a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy your faces. Good sir. But yeah, so we're playing the first 2 rounds of our weekly True Sim tournament. So this is the one where we have no green grids, no live grids, no scout cam. We shot 14 under in round 1. Of the players that have played through thus far, we have a 2-stroke lead. But we're only 3 under through 6 at the moment. And it is definitely playing a little bit tougher with the high winds. Harder for me to get close. So we out here trying, but it is it's not simple. It's gonna miss low. Not a bad read. It's not the read we needed it to be. Make real money if you win. I only make real money if, well, I mean, I guess technically I make real money from the, yeah, make a couple, maybe like $2 in ads or something through a course of a stream. But no, if I win, I make money if people decide that, hey, you winning this virtual golf tournament was cool. Let me give you money. Sound like Sean Connery? So yeah, no, I pretty much make money streaming and playing this game if people say, hey, that was cool, here's money. Otherwise, nothing happens. You know, some bragging rights, that sort of thing. Pretty much all we're playing for. No, not 97%. Why did it default? Freaking underswing defaults and I didn't catch it. Alright, we're still greenside right up the hill. Chance at eagle. What I shoot in IRO golf? When things are going well, just under 100. Always trying to get better though. Got a little bit of right to left in it. I just don't know how much. Okay, so I need to play extra for the fringe and the fairway and everything. I'm gonna go up and then I'm gonna say it's gonna break from there. 70%. And that's too much. $69, nice. No! Not nice. Still a birdie. I really thought we had the eagle. I was like, this is breaking into the hole. What kind of clubs do I play when I go? So I bought clubs secondhand 4 years ago when I bought my first set. So I should just try and drive this green. I don't know why I didn't the first time. Maybe the wind wasn't playing favorably or what, but I definitely should have gone for it. Screw it. Power drive. But I have Titleist H2 and D2, like 910 H10, yeah. Titleist 910 D2 and H2 driver and hybrid, and then I have some Tommy Armour 945S Silver Scots. So yeah, my irons and wedges are like way older than I am. So I'm trying to get good with them and then get new clubs. Oh, what a power drive. Played a little bit too far left, so it's gonna be a heck of a two putt, or too far right. Okay, we are not two putting it. We're gonna give it a little pitch. Right to left. I like the idea of pitching it. Throw it onto the green here. Right to left. Hopefully we can muzzle this up close. 78%. Not bad, I pulled it. A little bit short. A little bit short still, which is not ideal. Tough to kind of feel that one out. Looks like it's right to left the whole way. Is indeed right to left the whole way. You are gonna break right to left on a 9-foot putt up the hill. Break. Those always sting. Those always sting. Need a putter? Get a ping? I have an Odyssey White Hot blade putter that I really like. So I think I'm good on the putter front. I want to get irons and wedges. Those are the things I want to upgrade next. I think irons first. QI10 last month. I think a new driver would be nice. I feel like irons are probably the place to start. But yeah, eventually we'll look to upgrade the bag. Into the 60s, 68. Kind of want to land it like 171. But how do I land at 171? Because I feel like 157, we're not getting 14, you're getting too little, and I think it's, yeah, because I think it's up over the ridge, so we have to, 57. Don't really want to try and stretch this. I think it's gonna land like here short of that and just die, and trying to stretch it is gonna be tough. 64 carry. 75, I mean... I don't know that that takes a lot off. They're trying to shape things with the right stick there. Still gonna bounce for... It's like... I know it's uphill, but... Ranked in the world for this game, Salty. So they used to... There was a stretch of time where world rankings were kept for both the main tours and for TrueSim. TrueSim is a separate league, and the guy that used to maintain the world rankings for it stopped doing it, so we play without it. I used to be like a top 5 guy on that. I would say that I'm probably up there as like a 2 or 3 right now for the TrueSim tour, at least this season as an isolated bit, because I didn't play TrueSim last season. But the main tours were like world rank 34 right now. We're technically playing better than that, but world ranking carries over from game to game, so you know, we're just kind of waiting for that stuff to sort itself out. So, playing pretty well. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, what's going on, Whacker Guy? Just got the AI smoke irons, change your game completely, never hit your irons so consistently. See, I'm like, obviously I'm working with like really old clubs, right? So, they can be quite punishing when you miss. I'm trying to get better on pure like form, right? Yeah, I want to... I didn't play it far enough to the... Didn't play it far enough to the side. This is going to be a little awkward, guy, huh? Okay. $85. 83. It's out of the light rough and landing it short, so it actually probably has a little release to it. Yeah, I like that. I like it. Who do I have for the US Open? I don't know, man. I don't know. Bryson's been playing well. He does well at the US Opens, but it's a title defense and not, you know, a few-year gap like it was the last time. Scotty's obviously always hard to discount because even though he might not play like crazy scoring golf, the US Open is not crazy scoring, it is damage mitigation golf. Yeah, really hard to say. I'm not like a sports betting guy, so I tend to not really be thinking about like, you know, the who I'm picking or anything. That's quite a bit above my feet, and then it kind of levels out. I hit that the 54% I want. That just dies in. I overhit it to the 55. Dang, man. Hard to go against Scotty in any tournament at this point? Yeah. Yeah, no, it definitely is. I mean, we were talking about it a little bit earlier. Like, I've seen so much stuff around Scotty and about, like, well, who's he playing and all of that stuff. But, like, I don't know, man. He's finding ways to win. You know, you can't decide who you play against. But you sure as heck can manage your game. I think we gotta just... I don't want to hit a stinger, but 90%, like 260 something. I'm gonna go 93. Yeah, that sounds good. Not playing much as of late. Maybe try to play TSC this week with time. Just not a fan of playing with the marker. And I'm not a fan. I mean, it's personal preference. The argument has been had many a time. It's more of just a tedious thing because this game is so marker driven. It's just a time sink in my book. A little bit too far down there. Doesn't bleed onto the green. All right, we have a look at a 2-putt here. 2-putt for bird. Lots of left to right. It's actually uphill. %. Hit it 70, but you know what? Not the end of the world. It's a really great line, though. 71%. That might just curl in for the eagle. It's okay. Long hitting, it's more about accuracy. Yeah, but think about when he won his first U.S. Open and stuff. Like, distance, when you're playing with that thick a rough, you know, having length is definitely helpful. Oh, this is why I parred this hole, because it freaking feeds left and then you can't get on in 2. It's a forced 3-shotter. Forced 3-shotter, so gotta be good on this approach. Yeah, I heard that about Homa ears. I know people were trying to verify it. Some were saying he did it with a caddy, some were saying he didn't. But I saw that he was like in position to get in, like got to 500 and then went bogey right at the end, which is quite unfortunate. Also, of late, a very Homa thing to do, unfortunately. I do like Max. I like that. Video, okay. Oh, so it was a 36-hole qualifier? I guess I thought it was 18. So maybe I just saw scores from like the first 18. I guess he shot 300 in the first one. I didn't see the second. I honestly never pay attention to the like US Open and Open qualifiers. You know, I'll hear a random thing here or there. I aimed actually just left side of this. I want to be more out here. Is this gonna be too close? I think this is far enough out. Yeah, 140. I'm not even close to within 100 and
Is this gonna be too close?
Yeah, dingus. Yeah, dingus. Whoa. I like that. I can make those putts. Cam Young won the 5-man playoff to get in. I did see at like the time that I had looked, yeah, one of the qualifiers had like a 4 or 5-way tie, but you said it's 36 holes, so it was like a 4 or 5-way tie after 18. Found this down here for a wedge. I mean, that's kind of the ultimate game plan with like all of this stuff is just hit good tee shot to a wedge and try and play a wedge to proximity. Jay Watson, what's going on? Ghosty, what up? Find it hard to get used to the pro settings? The diagonal swing, I assume, is what you're referring to with that. Yeah, diagonal swing takes a little bit to get used to, but once you get it down, definitely start to make a lot of inroads. It's gonna hit its stock. The wind played a little bit more. Come on, get forward and stay. Dang, that's tough. One of your shorts, Ghosty? I'm gonna be honest. No, and I say that not because I don't remember people, but because when I see stream chat names, it's like the name that shows up when you go to your channel page, but comments pretty much all of the time come up on my like on YouTube Studio and stuff as like your your handle. And a lot of times for people, those aren't like the exact same thing, and so it's like incredibly difficult for me to match people up most of the time. So, Jay, I would say the biggest thing for me, like the biggest tip that I've been giving since like the beginning of the game, try and set up consistently. Same grip, same posture, treat it like real golf in that regard, because that'll help you with consistency of input. And consistency of input in golf is king. That being said, like mess with left stick swing, right stick swing, draw bias, fade bias, see what you can hit consistently, and try and think of things in terms of like relative. So like, instead of just thinking like, oh, I have to swing left to right or right to left, like actually think like, okay, what is the feel that gives me that? So like, oh, I'm missing my backswing to the left, feel more right. And like, mess with grips, mess with that feel, because if you can have consistency in the way that you grip the controller and the way that you sit, then you can really just focus on that thumb feel of like, okay, it feels like I hold the controller on a diagonal. Like, this is how I hold the controller. So for me, like, I feel kind of straight. Like, I have a feel kind of straight to left on my downswing, kind of straight on the top. Like, and on different days it varies a little bit, but you can move it that little bit and like lock in on a day of like, okay, today feels like I'm rolling over this part of, you know, the left side of my thumb or this part of the right side of my thumb. And with the reps, it'll all eventually come together. At least I hope so. Your upswing, not so much the downswing. The pull gets nasty at times. Well, I mean, it's the same thing, right? Do what feels comfortable on that backswing to get it to the point, and then on the swing up, like, okay, I'm missing right. Swing more left until you find what perfect is, and then try and focus on that feel, right? It's not so much, like, it's the same thing with real golf. You might feel like you're way inside, but you're actually on plane. Same thing happens with this. My swing feels like I'm way left. I'm only a little bit left, but it feels way left at times. You know, and the swing is up to the right, but it feels straight. So it's like, it's kind of just tricking your brain into not really thinking about the swing as like an overarching thing, but just find the feel that gives you the reel. %65%. Oh, it's low. Was so good of a read, but just still off the mark. Hey, welcome back, Salty. Yeah, practice is a big bit of it, but I think it's also it's just a mentality. You know, it's finding that mental switch. All right, we're gonna choke this shot. Be out, they kind of over the bump. I think if we just aim it over towards the flag and draw it. Played Road to the Masters? I have. I played it a little bit when it came out. It's just I'm not the biggest fan of it, to be honest. There's too much randomness baked into the game, which for me is just not fun. A little out to the right. Underswung it. It's gotta be good. Okay. Spin back, please. All right, left to right breaker. There's a lot going on in a little bit of time. How downhill is it behind this? It's a bit downhill. Can add a little bit of pace to it. No. Ah, man, I like played the break. Why does... Okay. Discord, you're supposed to be in automatic streamer mode. What happened? I also have to turn off... There's like an OBS like overlay thing that keeps showing up with Discord. Really messing with me. Okay. We overpower. Oh, don't push it into the rough because that really screws up my game. Maybe not overpower. That got down there. Sit. Sit. I want to go for it in 2. That's the rough. I might still be able to... It's 300 yards. Downhill lie, uphill. I'm still going for it. Why not? So the origin of Guy Vizo is, you know, we have all of my emotes and stuff are based off of this face emote from many moons ago. And so I'm Italian, so I went with an Italian character. You know, I have a great uncle Guy, so it's like Guy's an Italian name. Vizo means face, so it's like face guy backwards. Hey, take it easy, JK. Thank you for hanging out, man. Have a good one. Alright, I'm gonna try and overpower this. I don't know what's gonna happen. 102. Like, I didn't get it far enough left, I don't think. Oh! 103, and we squeeze that onto the green. Okay. We're green side. Chance to get up and down for birdie. That'll put us at 14 under, 10 under on the round. Now, hit shot. A little uphill. Which direction did I say it's braking? Kind of important. Left to right. A little left to right. Okay. Yep, didn't like the rhythm on that. For whatever reason, I hesitated at the top. I was hoping I got away with it, but I did not. Colby. Colby, Colby, Colby. Underswung it by 3%. It wasn't quite online. It's close. Unfortunate way to end. 2 underpowers. Or a rhythm miss and an underpower. And not great. Not a great way to follow up the first round. High winds, though, were tough. We just couldn't quite get it as close. Didn't score as many times. They've been bowling ball. I don't use different characters, though, so... Yeah, I mean, there it is. Scud, Oh, I saw the blue highlight on Kali, and I was like, oh, we're at 21. Yeah, so Scud we outshot him by 2, and then he outshoots us by 4. I mean, that's just not the second round that we needed out there. I think it was largely proximity based. Yeah, 24-foot proximity versus 17. And then 33. Yeah, we were 1 for 3 medium, 1 for 10 long. And then we missed a short putt. Oh, I know the short putt that we missed too. That was like we had the right read, but I gave it more pace. And so it missed high side. Jay Watson, I use a sculptor. I like the extra power and shaping. Big shaping fan. Always have been. So yeah, that was just... Came up well short on execution that round. Proximity was no bueno, and then missed opportunities with the flat stick. Because in that last round, we were 3 for 4 medium, 3 for 10 long. And better proximity, so that helps that. And we didn't miss a short putt. So we go from 26 putts in the first round to 30 putts. Yeah, and there's the 4 strokes on Scud, so... That's why I said we got to put together 4 rounds, because you've got players like Scud that you just can't... You can't let off the gas. You can't have rounds where you make that many misses. I mean, we hit some great shots, but we definitely left ourselves in trouble a few too many times. So for the price, is PGA 2K worth it? I mean, for me it is. For me it is salty. I think for people that aren't going to just play it all the time, probably waiting for it to go on sale is the way to go. That would be my, like, general guess with it. You know, I'm a grinder. I've already got 200 plus hours in the game, so like, and I stream it, so, you know, win-win-win. But I played a bunch. That's pretty much the main thing that I play most of the time, so I get return on invest quite substantially. But yeah, for most people, I would say wait for the sale. Like, it's very good. It's very good. I mean, if you're, like, craving it, for sure. I mean, you can play the free demo to just, you know, see if that'll really tip the scales for you. But it should go on sale pretty frequently. It's been on sale once already. I would imagine that as time goes on here, yeah, we'll see some more sales. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us tonight. I'm gonna get out of here, get to bed, because I gotta be up early tomorrow. I probably should have skipped ranked tours for today. I was thinking I was gonna have a shorter stream, but here we are. I'm just a big dummy who likes to play the golf and forget about my my obligations. So I think we're just gonna get out of here because it's gonna take me too long to find somebody to host. So have a great night. I'll see you back tomorrow night, where we try rounds 3 and 4, see if we can play a little bit better, see if we can make that second place turn into something better than second place. But you know, one stroke at a time. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, drop a like on the stream. Helps me out immensely. And have a wonderful night, everybody. Bye!